Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the republic. And by the way, let me know the country you are watching this video from. William Samoei Arap Ruto, the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya, today embarked on a 3-day tour of Kisii, Nyamira, and Migori. And for those who follow the politics of this country very closely, before William Ruto embarked on this journey, the leadership from the Gusii region prepared well for the visit. And the visit was actually postponed earlier because of Fred Okengo Matiangi. Fred Okengo Matiangi's house had been raided and there were demonstrations in Kisii, so it was postponed. So when Matiangi came back into the country, he appeared before the DCI and the case was made to disappear. Fred Matiangi then shocked the country when he appeared for the first time in a meeting with Muchogu and other Gusii senior leaders. That meeting by Matiangi and Muchogu led to speculations that Fred Matiangi was going to join William Ruto in his tour of Kisii. In fact, most people anticipated that Matiangi and Ruto were going to have a handshake in Kisii. So when William Ruto went to Kisii or began the tour, one of the issues or one of the main things Kenyans wanted to see was whether Fred Matiangi was going to join Ruto or not. And as fate would have it, Fred Okengo Matiangi never joined William Samoei Arap Ruto during today's tour. I'm not sure about tomorrow. Maybe he can be forced to join Ruto because ideally, being the first day would have been the ideal day for Matiangi to make an appearance with Ruto. So in this video, I want to give you the reasons why I strongly believe Matiangi boycotted William Ruto's tour of Kisii. Because of course, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything must always have an objective. But before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please just take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to serious business. One thing William Ruto did was to mobilize Gusii leadership to this particular meeting. And that's why Simba Arati was present. And you saw Simba Arati riding on the same vehicle with Silvanus Osoro, which was also a coded message. I'll do a comprehensive analysis about that. I'll also do an analysis about the whole visit by Ruto, especially after listening to the speeches, that of Arati and the other leaders who were present there. But why do you think Matiangi boycotted this event? Number one, in my view, and this is why Kenyan Kwanza should actually be worried, Matiangi feared betraying Uhuru Kenyatta. As a matter of fact, Uhuru Kenyatta made Matiangi the most powerful cabinet secretary in the Republic of Kenya. Unless Matiangi will one day be elected a president or elected a deputy president or a prime minister, I don't think Matiangi will enjoy the kind of power he enjoyed when he served as a cabinet secretary under Uhuru Kenyatta. So assuming today, Matiangi went outside there and made a public appearance with Ruto, what would be the message he's sending to Uhuru? That, thank you, I served you, and now nothing more. Of course, I've always told you on this platform that in politics, there are only two constants. The first one is normally the interest, and the second one is betrayal. As long as the interests of politicians can always merge, They can work together. And that's why I don't rule out the possibility of Matiang'i working with Ruto. And I also don't rule out the possibility of Matiang'i betraying Uhuru, because the second interest in politics, constant in politics, is betrayal, as long as the interests are not converging. But Matiang'i was going to get serious backlash if he had betrayed Uhuru Kenyatta, because even Ruto himself would not trust him. Sometimes it's better to die standing than laugh kneeling. So for me, I tend to think that Matiang'i still has a lot of regard for Uhuru. And remember, Matiang'i was one of the hardliners in Uhuru Kenyatta's camp. So for me, that's number one. Number two, I also tend to think that Matiang'i also sat down and figured out his political future. Where would his political future be served best? Is it in Kenyan Kwanza or is it in Azimio? So I think he sat down, figured out, and arrived to the conclusion that his political future will not be served well in Kenyan Kwanza. Why am I saying so? William Ruto has a clear plan, and this is why Simba Arati should be worried. Today I saw him with Osoro riding in the same vehicle, and I was like, whoa, is Arati running mad? Why? Because William Ruto wants Osoro to be the governor of Kisii. Osoro has the capacity to be the governor of Kisii. And if Osoro decides to run for the governor of Kisii, Arati will have a serious challenger. So Matiang'i sat down and figured out that in Kenyan Kwanza, Ruto has his team already. He has who? Muchogo. He has who? Osoro. Because Osoro, as we speak, is the majority whip. That is a serious political statement. Ruto entrusted him with that. In Kisii, Ruto has Josephat Nyakundi. The guy, I think he nominated him and also made him the organizing secretary of UDA. He has his team there. So Kenyan Kwanza in Kisii is already full. When you come to Azimio, Raila Odinga had actually banked on Simba Arati. But Simba Arati is now shaky, which means for political survival, Raila would still need him if Ruto were to choose Silvanus Osoro. But in Azimio, there's space. As long as Matiang'i can join Azimio, he will automatically be made the Gusii points person, something which cannot happen on the other side. So I think he sat down and figured out, where will my political interest be best served? So me, that's where his political interest will be best served. I don't think there's any other political formation where Matiang'i's political interest will be best served than Azimio. Guys, I know you might have watched up to this stage, so I want to ask for your more 3 minutes. Just stay on, and I give you the 3 more reasons. The third reason why I also tend to think that Matiang'i boycotted the event is to avoid political embarrassment. You know, there are some politicians who don't have shame, but some have shame. You know, for example, Kidero was a governor for Nairobi. Then he came and picked a job, Chief Administrative Secretary. Of course, when it comes to issues of money, I don't think Kidero is looking for money there, but power. But Kidero was a governor for the capital city of Nairobi. Now he's directly under Eliud Owalo in Nyanza. A man he could not even allow, because I know he could not even allow Owalo in his office when he served as the governor for Nairobi. Then he's picking a job which used to be performed by Osiany. That job, single job, which was being performed by Osiany, has now been given to 7 people. Kidero is one of them. So, but Matiang'i is not ready for that embarrassment, that he goes to a presidential function today, like today, and the Ruto we know was going to engineer some kind of embarrassing situations, so that Matiang'i would then be asked to wave to people. And the pecking order was going to be made to reflect the seniority, because William Ruto wants to deal with him once and for all. So Matiang'i was going to feature somewhere even before the local MCA, or maybe the local MCA would speak, then they'll ask Matiang'i wave, and or then they'll ask Matiang'i, or maybe the member of parliament will ask Matiang'i to wave. This is someone who was the most senior politician from the Gusii region. So I tend to think that he figured out that why should I go through this kind of embarrassment? And now that's real politics. Number 4. You remember Fred Matiang'i's home was raided. Matiang'i was dragged to DCI. He was interrogated by very junior officers there. On that day, Matiang'i was subdued. Matiang'i was made waiting for 8 good hours by a junior officer. Matiang'i is a kissy, under their temper. He might forget, but he will never forgive. So I tend to think that Matiang'i is yet to forgive Ruto. So Ruto wanted him to agree to a deal on the issues of maybe the issues of arrest and the rest. But now joining Ruto, no. I'm yet to forgive you. Number 5, the 5th reason is mistrust. Do you think Matiang'i can just trust these guys, or these guys can just embrace Matiang'i? The way Matiang'i dealt with them, the way Oscar Sudi used to attack Matiang'i. Do you think Matiang'i can forgive him? Do you think Ruto can forgive Matiang'i after what Matiang'i subjected him to? I mean, I'm just asking you, do you think he can forgive them? Cannot happen. So these guys still mistrust each other. It will take them time to bond. If I were Matiang'i, I would join Azimio right now and occupy a space. Because in politics, there is no vacuum. You give space, that space is given to someone. And that's why I keep on telling people to really monitor this gentleman called Wajakoya, especially as far as Western Kenya politics is concerned. Raila Odinga is grooming that guy and is enjoying support. Just wait. And even Eugene Wamalwa is emerging very strongly within Azimio. And lastly, I don't want to rule out the possibility that when Matiang'i and Ruto team negotiated, they negotiated an exit strategy for Matiang'i. Because William Ruto just wanted one thing from Matiang'i: please don't talk and quit politics. So if you agree that I'm quitting politics, then you have an event in my home, you expect me to attend, that's joining politics. So maybe they just agree that Matiang'i will take a break from limelight for some time. But you know, Ruto, I think tomorrow will be in Nyamira. Maybe in Nyamira. Maybe in Nyamira. He might attend, but the fact that he missed today's event, because today's event was so huge for Ruto. He first of all had to approve the list of cars, because Kisii were complaining. He nominated Omanga, he nominated Mangi, and I think someone else. Then the Solicitor General also, he nominated someone from Kisii. Today, one of the presidential appointments, the legal advisor, he has appointed Ogeto Kennedy from Kisii. But Matiang'i missed out. What do you think? What do you think are the other reasons why Matiang'i boycotted William Ruto's event? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.